episode of Rebuilding Portsmouth. Now, in our last episode, we were knocked out of the Europa League by Spurs, and I was very angry at that because I just felt like there was no hope we had of getting through those two games, and kind of just played out exactly how I expected it to. But, you know, you have to move on from that things, and when the shit happens, you know, it comes in clumps, basically, and we're in our little clump at the moment. But before we get into what's happened in the last game, plus into what's today, we're going to do a squad report later, so don't worry about that. A few things we want to get into before that. Now, I had a comment a couple of days ago, or a couple of days ago to you now. It was last night for me recording, because I'm recording this currently on Tuesday. But basically, it was one of the ones I can't reply to, and so I have to reply in videos, because most of the time I just can't reply to them. But sometimes I feel that it's something I have to reply to, so I have to do it in a video. Now, I apologise, I can't remember who exactly this was, but someone basically said to me that I should post these videos on social media when they go out. I don't really understand the point of that question, because I do. There's a little thing that pops up at the start of my videos that says second yellow card, then my Twitter handle. That is where the videos go out, and on Facebook too. So I'm not really sure what social media you're referring to. If you could clear that up and explain what social media you meant when you said that I should post it to them, then please feel free to let me know. Like Pinterest? I'm not Tumblr? I don't know what other social media you're referring to that would have that there would be any point in me posting it to. It already goes out on Twitter and Facebook, and so yeah, I don't know, maybe just don't follow me on those, but like, if you want to find that, follow me on Twitter and like on Facebook. I guess I don't really use the Facebook that much, so guys, if you do want to get in touch with me, do it on Twitter, not Facebook, because Facebook's just a pain in the arse. Twitter is much smoother, and I just prefer Twitter, frankly. So yeah, there's that. The second thing is, someone actually made a very good point, and this I have replied to, but I wanted to make this clear to everyone as well, because, and that is basically, they were asking me, like, if I could start doing some, obviously we can't do it this season, but like next season, maybe not always do European games as the live comms. Now, the reason I was doing that, and as I've explained in the comment, was that we'd obviously been doing a lot of league stuff for the, like, several years leading up to getting to this point, so I figured it'd be cool if we concentrated on Europe when we actually got to this point, because it's all brand new. However, I can understand that perhaps you do want to see a little bit of everything. So my question to you, and there's going to be a straw poll or some kind of poll in the video description for this one to give you guys a choice. What would you like to see more? Now, I don't know what the exact options will be. It'll be like Premier League, Europe, FA Cup, League Cup, blah blah blah. Or would you just like to see like a mix of everything, maybe going back to doing it as like a monthly thing, so I just live com the last game of the month no matter what game that is? Or like, I don't know how you'd like me to do it. It's really difficult picking games for that very purpose. That is the problem. It's like sometimes games come in clumps, and I don't want to do 3 episodes in a row where there's only like one game in between, because the progress is too slow. But I appreciate that it's hard to basically work out what everyone really wants to see. So let me know in the comments to this video what you would like to see. So right, there's that. Apologies, we're going through a load of admin, but it's just one of those things we have to get out the way. So yeah, and the other thing is, I might be getting faster internet. Basically, it would appear that my broadband provider has been ripping me off. And although I can get faster internet, they've been charging me 4 times the price for slower internet. So yeah, it looks like we're getting internet that is twice as fast, minimally twice as fast, and the upload speed is 4 times as fast. Also, it's a quarter of the price. So that's ridiculous. And maybe even another thing to maybe get a second internet connection in. Yeah, so basically it means that videos will be able to go up faster, and I might be able to stream. I need to do a lot of tests on that, but streaming could very well be a real possibility within the next couple of months, maybe. If I did stream, it would be a brand new save, something completely random, I don't know. But anyway, that's a completely different issue as well. Now, a couple of things. I know people keep asking me to show them players. Again, as I've said, not really going to do that because it takes up too much time in the episodes, but I figured since this one had a little bit less in it, I was just going to go through it. I picked a couple that I'd seen people wanted to see, but I'm not going to... Please stop saying me to show you this stuff, because I'm not going to do it, because I just don't have the time in the episodes to sit and go through the database. That's Plymouth. Someone wanted to see Plymouth Argyle. They've actually done quite well. They're in the Championship and have been doing a fairly good job of it this year. Chester are also in the Championship and have been relegated, unfortunately. I was looking at... believe me, when you see who's been relegated from League One this year, you're going to be, what? Yeah. But I'll show you that in a sec. Someone also wanted to see Miles' Story, and that's a good question as well, because I'm kind of curious about him too. Miles' Story, wow, he's retired. He's 30 and he retired. Played for Swindon for a little bit after us, but his only real success was with us, and then played for Barrow. Disappointing, Miles. You had a record until this season. Sturridge as well. Someone wants to see him. Let's just see where Daniel Sturridge is. He's 34 years old, and he actually plays for Guangzhou Evergrande Reserves after a long career at Liverpool, which sort of waned towards the end. He then joined Championship side Villa, and then eventually moved to the Chinese Super League. So that's an interesting one. And that's one of the cool things about having more leagues on. So there's Daniel Sturridge. Someone also wanted to see Timo Werner. Brilliant. Apologies for this, guys. Hate when there's two of them. Right, here we go. He's still only 28, and he plays for Stuttgart. I don't know. In fact, it looks like he's played for Stuttgart the entire length of this save. So, starting to bang the goals in for them, though. So there you go. And the last one people wanted to see is Neymar. Big shock there. Neymar is 32 years old, still at Barcelona. I don't suppose that's changed. No, he's been at Barcelona the entire time, and he's actually on the had a very, very good season. Right, so let's get into what's happened this month. I've been babbling on for a little bit too long. Let's get straight into things. We've only got one game to talk about this month, and that is away at Southampton. And when it rains, it pours. So basically, we got absolutely mugged. Just as we did against... not as we did against Spurs, but you know what I was saying about when it rains, it pours. I mean, Southampton were nowhere near us in this game. And would you believe, both their goals were their first 2 shots on target. They did have 2 more after that, after I went on overload. But... And it wasn't as though we weren't, quite clearly the better side in this game. I was just utterly gutted. 15 minutes in, we'd really had all the early play and we're starting to look very, very good. I think we'd had only 4 or 5 shots by this point, but we were keeping them nice on target. It was like 5 shots, 4 on target, lots of possession at this point, which did end up fading away. And bear in mind, Southampton were playing that system that I love to play against with the 4-1-4-1. So I was incredibly confident. We needed just a point to successfully wrap up Champions League football, because Arsenal actually beat Man United 3-0. Because that's fine. We can capably beat Arsenal comfortably, but they're allowed to beat Man United comfortably. So yeah, and naturally Southampton eventually will end up scoring with their first shot. This was actually their first shot of the game, let alone on target. Ball through a Melanda just straight around my goalkeeper, and it was 1-0 to Southampton. Disappointing. But we continued to do what we were doing because we were dominating the game in terms of shots and chances, which is all I really care about. Sometimes possession is not that important if you're playing better than them. So this was, admittedly, this goal was a little bit lucky. Millington robs his man here and drills it low for, I think that's his 42nd goal of the season. He's only 1 away from equaling his tally from last year, which is amazing considering how poor he started this season. He's really come on leaps and bounds in the second half of the season. And then, with 15 minutes to go, I shit you not, this was their second shot on target of the game. Just Melanda with the second one as well. I just couldn't believe it. I don't know what else I can say, really. It's doing its best to stop us from getting Champions League, but we've thankfully got a better goal difference than Arsenal, and there's no hope in hell of them overrunning that. So we are going to be playing Champions League football, but I don't want to get it by goal difference. We should be miles clear of them. So that was disappointing, really, to lose that one. And if you actually look at that great run we went on after we lost the League Cup final, win, draw, win. Well, actually, it was, win, draw, win, and then we've not won in 5 now, and 3 Premier League games in there too, and only scoring 2 goals in that time as well, which is a little disappointing. Of course, these 6 goals against Spurs were not enough. So let's take a little look at the squad. Top goal scorer, Norman Millington, 42 this season, is still very impressive. 15 is Santos's return. Vanos, the Wizard of Oz, with 14, Marcio with 13, and Barella with 11. He is now starting to complain. I'm also looking at moving David Francois on. So a couple of people said they wanted to see that happen, and I'm now tempted to make that happen, because I think Spurs are going to come in with sort of 12, 13 million pound bid for the guy. So yeah, I'd be tempted to take that, because we need to strengthen in other areas like our fullbacks, and I don't know quite how much we're going to get as far as transfer budgets go. Assists, Santos has 36, which is something ridiculous. Player of the match, Santos of course has 16, which is amazing. Yellow cards, Ivancic has 15. Red cards, of course, Marcelo with 2 and Robert Gray with 1. Average rating, Santos is still flying high on that one, and he's going to be player of the season. He has to be. Aerial challenges, 90 for Lopez Souza. Key passes, 275 for Santos, but Vanos has really got in there now. Key tackles, 49 for Robert Gray. Interceptions, 612. Mistakes leading to goals. Ivancic now up there with 3, which is a shame, but it happens. So let's get into it. I accidentally skipped the match preview screen, so we're going to go straight into team selection. They are playing the system we like to play against, like Southampton were. That's more like it. Vanos was unavailable for the last game, so that's why we had to play Kieran Griffiths in the centre and move things around a little bit. But that's pretty much the strongest lineup we have. With the actually, no, not quite. I think maybe if we had Peralta or Borja Gomez in the centre, it would be our strongest lineup. But that's still pretty decent. Next season, though, it's clear where the danger lies, and that is fullbacks. We need to get a left and a right back, and possibly a goalkeeper again. Because Lucas Vega just isn't getting that much better. And he seems to have peaked, basically, and I might move him on, frankly. We can get someone better, and that means... I think we need to get a better goalkeeper and maybe a second goalkeeper as well, just someone that's cheap but decent, like someone really young that can play instead of Monty George, who doesn't even have a contract with us and yet will not leave the club. Under 18s, he's 28. I mean, seriously, I don't know why we can't get rid of him. Usually those are made up players, but Monty George just will not leave the club. It's really, really strange. I don't know how many games he's played for us in total. He got one game in our season in League One, which is pretty impressive. So, yeah, let's get straight into this then. Amrani's in the squad. Okay, interesting. He's come back off from Palace from his loan spell because I decided that we probably needed to get... because we had a few injuries, and he's a reasonable player, but I don't know how far he's actually going to go for us, really, when you look at some of the other players we've got now. So let's get back on a 2D match. All we have to do here is get a point. Well, we don't even have to do that, but I would really very much like to do that if we could. We are playing bottom of the table Sunderland after all, and they're playing a system that we like to play against. So if we don't win here, I'll be absolutely gutted, because we should have beaten Southampton, or at least got a point. But we didn't. So hopefully we can come up with a nice crunching win over Sunderland to get ourselves onto 78 points, which is a fair enough amount for this season, and will get us the 4th place we need. Now, that does mean we'll have a Champions League playoff, I think, but I feel that we're strong enough to beat any team that... Oh, what the hell? The ball was there to be won about 4 times on that play. I'd like to see Millington score today, because that would mean he could equal his his tally from last season. If he could get himself 2, though, he'd actually better it in a season that's kind of gone under the radar for him. Millington round the corner, and a good save. And, well, first chance of the game goes to Pompey. No big surprises there. But we didn't manage to score. But what the fuck was that? Why was he not going towards the ball? It wasn't a bad pass. Okay, well, strange. But it doesn't matter. Hopefully we can start to build a bit of a head of steam up here, and I do want to see us win this one, and we need to show that we can win these games. Wilshere, ball in. Oh, of course, first shot on target. First goal! It's almost becoming... a little bit... predictable. God, fuck this. I can't believe it. Right, come on, let's come back here. They've had one shot and they've scored, as usual. After it, Lucarelli, good strike, good goal, 1-1. Thank you. About bloody time. We've, again, dominated every facet of this game, but they've still taken the lead against you. Lucarelli, though, great work from him. He's really coming along this season. And after that, I think we'll take the assist there. It's just great work from him to get a touch, just open it up for himself and just bend that in the top corner, right off the crossbar, 1-1. The point would be nice, though. I would like to finish there at least by some clear pointage, and it looks like Arsenal are actually losing. Drawing, I think. No, wait, they're actually losing, which is glorious for us. Sorry, Sunderland have actually had a couple more shots now. Interesting, Jack Wilshere still plays for Sunderland, despite, of course, he's gone down and come up with them, I think, because I remember I tried to get him when we joined the Premier League, but he went to Sunderland instead because they were in the Championship, and naturally that's a, more profitable team to go to. We could offer the wages, just wasn't interested because we're Portsmouth and we were only in the Premier League. Something that really does need to be fixed. To me, if you're a Premier League team, you should have more pull than a side that was struggling in the Championship at the time. I will also show you the the League One relegation zone, because believe me, it is messed up. Millington, good turn here. Can he? No, we can't. Martinez, win that. Great. Again, just intercepting everything. Ball up and cleared. Ball around the corner. And Millington maybe to shoot. Oh, blocked. After it, they're trying to get in on the rebound, but no goal for us there. We've definitely been the better side. I think he got the ball there, but okay. I'm disappointed to see us not winning this one, frankly. Lucarelli, Vanos, Wilshere intercepts. Willie's long pass be intercepted by Janko. It will. Ivancic. Lucarelli, is there a pass? No, it goes back to Ivancic. Is there a pass for him? It goes to Afterlet. Out to Santos. Whips it across. Millington! Good save again from the goalkeeper. Pompey again doing everything they can to dominate this game. We just aren't scoring the goals. Vanos on the edge of the area. Come on, guys. We need this win. Oh, and it's... Wow, that was a terrible effort from Lopez Sousa. I have to say that. He should be doing better, or at least hitting the target. How are we not winning this? It's frustrating, because it's like... what can you do? Everything you're doing suggests that you should be doing... It's one of those situations, really, where it's difficult to know, because we're dominating them in every single facet. Possession, shots on target, clear-cut chances, half chances, long shots. So what do you change? Because you're already clearly playing the better football, and it's just one of the... That's what's most frustrating about these games, because you can't do anything. I'm sorry, Norm, but you've not had a good game. You've missed a couple of good chances, and you're coming off, son. I'm going to give super sub Marcio a little bit of a run out here. Let me guess. That would be amazing if they scored there. Santos running it down the pitch now to Marcio. Can he find a pass? Marcio, after it. Oh, that's nice work from him. Surely, yes. Ola after it. There's Sunderland 1, Pompey 2, and it has been coming. It's been very much deserved, that goal. That result, really. We've deserved this. Marcio, great vision to hold that up. After it, I thought was going to lay it off, but instead goes round his man. Nice composure from Ola after that. And that's a decent number of goals he's got for us this year as well. Another substitution time, perhaps. Anyone that can be on the right? Not really. Anyone who can play on the right? Not really. Wallace is nowhere near the first team anymore. I'm going to say... We're going to bring on Amrani for Santos, who hasn't had the best game. I appreciate that Lucarelli is knackered, but we've not got anyone that can play on the right. Burrell can sometimes play there, but I'd prefer to not. I might bring him on in a bit to give him a bit of game time there, but I'm glad we've managed to get ourselves back in front here, because we do deserve to win this game. We've been by vastly the better side, and it's almost like not quite as... It's more dominating than we were against Southampton, but even so, we still should have probably won that game too. But in this one, it has been quite clear that we deserve to win it, and we're actually getting it now, so I'm going to stop complaining about that. We've done well to turn it around. Santos down into the corner here. Can he whip a ball in? He can. Vanos on the rebound, and it is yet another great save from the Sunderland goalkeeper. He's had a really good time tonight. I'm going to bring now Burrell on for Lucarelli, just because I don't want to get any injuries going into next season. So we're going to give Ali Burrell a run on the wing. He is pacey, and he can dribble like mad, so you just never know. Wilshere with the long ball. I mean, what's the point? What is life? Just... fucking hell. Just... anyone going to defend? Fuck me. Right. I don't believe that. It's just so much fucking... Oh, this is... It seems to happen in clumps. Do you know what I mean? Like, against Spurs, I predicted it would happen in the first game, and then we got the same kind of crap in the second game. But admittedly, I don't know what happened in that game. That's sort of just a complete anomaly, actually. But then go to Southampton, the same thing happens. Go to Sunderland, same thing fucking happens. Like, what can you do tactically to stop... I know we could probably tighten up, but go on, Amrani. Go on, Amrani. Oh, for fuck's sake. Look at the amount of chances we've had. The number of shots on everything says we should be winning this game. Vanos with the strike, and it's over the bar as well. Oh, no, it's not. It was saved. It's just such a joke when this happens so much. Not Amrani this time. It was Vanos again, just peppering the goal with shots here. And again, Amrani this time brings it down. Burrell with the header, and it's gone wide. How are we not winning this? It's a joke. Sirigu. But it's these sort of results that cost us, basically. Every single season, those results are going to cost us, because we cannot seem to get those results to work, basically. And that's what's going to, I think, prevent us from ever winning the Premier League in the end, because we get too many games where this sort of stuff happens. And I don't know how tactically we can avoid that, really. Ball around the corner for Vanos. Yes! Get in there! The Wizard of Oz comes up with his 15th of the season and wins the game for us. Bloody deserved as well. Let's go back to control, just to make sure we get this. After that does well here. Marcio, it's a nice bit of play from him to rip this round the corner, and the Wizard of Oz gets himself in there and gets us the deserved win. I mean, the amount of chances we've had in this game, we should be miles clear of them, but we'll take it. Ball up, Koulibaly. Okay. Should I have gone defensive, but really? Like, sod's law, they'll probably go and get another one now. Right, that's it, just intercept it, good stuff. And it's cleared, excellent. Vanos, you could win the header here, perhaps. Oh. I thought you could win the header here, perhaps. Lopez Souza, good clearance. Vanos now. He's got support. Oh, it's poor. It's really poor. Win the ball, win the ball, win the ball. Don't you dare let them get another one. Don't you dare let them get another one. Thank you. What? He had the ball. Win the Oh my god, they're doing everything they can to not win this game now. Literally, he had the ball at his feet and he just lets it run straight through him. Burrell now. Amazingly, Ali Burrell wins headers. Probably the worst header of the ball on our entire team. You're right there, come on. Well done, Lopez Sousa, win that ball. And Ivancic, there should be some space through the middle now if he can pick a pass. Vanos, somebody make the run off of him. Run through Marcio, and it's well saved. Ali Burrell, and well cleared again. There's still 45 seconds to go here. I think we're going to be okay, but my god, we've been run a lot closer than we ever should have been. Like, we've allowed this situation to manifest itself, really, and we shouldn't have. Paramenta, oh, come on. Thank you, blocked again. Amrani clear to Vanos up the field. Sunderland are obviously going to throw everything at us at this point. That's understandable. Marcio, get it wide, get it wide. Ah, it's a poor ball. Sterigu, downfield again, and Ivancic will mop that up and get it straight back into the channel for Burrell to have a little run, whose touch is awful. But we've got the deserved win in the end, but my god, we've been run close here. A lot closer than I would have expected, basically. At least we've managed to come away with it, though. 2 assists from Marcio, so decent choice to bring him off the bench, I have to say. Good win, guys, in the end, but my god, what the hell were you playing at? If we'd have not won that, I would have blown my top, so to speak. Look how far clear we are of 6th placed... Yeah, 6th placed Burnley. Let's just make that very clear. 6th placed Burnley. They're closer to the relegation zone than they are to us. We're 24 points above them, and they're only 20 points above the relegation places, which I should note include Hull, Newcastle, and Sunderland all going down, which is disappointing for them. So, we'll take a little look at the league table as well in a sec, because, well, we need to talk about that. Take a look at the other leagues. So, here's the Championship. I did have a little look through before here. So, Everton, as you can see, are promoted along with Sheffield United. West Ham, Leicester, Huddersfield, and Watford are in the playoffs. Bournemouth, Plymouth Argyle, sadly, guys, and Chester City, who are our affiliate, amazingly, have got themselves to the Championship, which is fucking impressive. Harry Kane, there, at Huddersfield. Interesting. His career, yeah. Well, actually, he moved to Stoke for 11 million quid and had an absolutely godly season for them, but eventually left on a free. Strange. He's done well for Huddersfield this season, though. That is clear. Now, it's League One where things get a bit weird. Ready for this. Birmingham, Preston, Blackburn, and Blackpool are all relegated to League Two. Luton, interestingly, promoted to the Championship now, which is quality. Colchester going with them. Coventry, Shrewsbury, Fleetwood, and Chesterfield in the playoffs, so some interesting sides could be potentially up there. West Brom, as you can see, down in League One as well. But to see Birmingham, Preston, Blackburn, and Blackpool all relegated is crazy. In League Two, it's Barnsley, Wigan, and Leeds are all up, with Tranmere, Bolton, York, and Wickham in the playoffs, and Carlisle United are relegated along with Notts County. Let's just take a little look at the conference, see if there is any big surprises there. I wouldn't have thought so. Nuneaton Borough are promoted to the Football League. That's actually quite a surprise. Lincoln and A.F.C. Wimbledon are in the playoff final. Telford came close as well. Bromley, Oxford City, Kidderminster Harriers, and Hereford United are all down. I suppose we may as well have a look at some of the other major European leagues, because why the hell not? We've got them in the database, we may as well use them. So let's have a little look at France, Ligue 1. Paris Saint-Germain win it relatively comfortably, but only by 4 points, surprisingly, despite that huge goal difference over Olympique Marseille, Monaco, and Grijon Bordeaux. Auxerre are relegated. They've still got one game left to decide the others, but Stade Rennais could be going down, which will be a bit of a surprise if I do say so myself. Who else we got? Germany. Let's take a little look to Das Bundesliga. That's the playoff, of course. Bayern Munich win the league by a huge amount this time around. 19 points they were clear of Wolfsburg. Dortmund in there, Hamburg interestingly up there along with Bayer Leverkusen. Down go FC Kaiserslautern, Eintracht Frankfurt, and Nuremberg, who are in the playoffs, so that could go either way. Let's see, we've got Italy next, I assume. Yep. Serie A. Juve win the league, no big surprise there. Internazionale slightly in behind. Sampdoria getting into the Champions League along with Lazio, though. Milan still down in 5th, and Napoli getting the last Europa League spot. Oh no, Roma got one as well, despite coming 14th and not being that clear of the relegation zone. Chievo Verona, Livorno, and Crotone are relegated. I didn't know Crotone were in the top flight. That's interesting to see. So there we go. And last but not least, oh no, we'll check Scotland as well. Why the hell not? Scotland, Premier League, surely. Celtic. Aberdeen, wow. There you go, guys. Aberdeen win the league. by goal difference. That's incredible. So the first team outside the old firm to win the league since Aberdeen in the 80s under Alex Ferguson. That's impressive. Rangers also getting right in there as well. Ross County and Hibs go down. Hearts are back in the top flight. That's interesting. I just want to see if there's been any big movers in terms of teams coming up from, because obviously they do have relegation and promotion now in the Scottish second division, but it's based on it's like a relegation playoff, I believe, but obviously I don't have those leagues added, which is a little odd. I thought I did. That's Sweden, not Spain. Liga BBVA. Now we want overview. Barcelona win it by 20 points over Atletico, which is about as comfortable as you're going to get. Valencia in behind there, followed by Real Madrid, who don't get Champions League this year. Celta, I think that's Celta Vigo. Yeah, come fifth. Who goes down? Cordoba. Espanyol have gone down as well. Only 18 points as well for Ponferradina. And that's the same as Cordoba. Jesus, that's some... You could have stayed up this year with barely any points. But Real Madrid, having won the league title last year, have slipped off the pace massively again. So, guys, let's take a little look at our squad report. Now, obviously in the next episode, we don't know quite how much we're going to get in terms of transfer money, do we? Hull relegated, Newcastle relegated, bonuses paid out, initial budgets. No! That's a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. Wage budget of 1.1 million and transfer budget of nearly 40 million pounds. Sorry, I'm drooling a little bit there. That is quality. I don't know what that means in terms of 166,000 pounds a week in wages as well. That's I tell you what, I think I could do something with that. Fullbacks galore, ladies and gents. We are going to get some fullbacks and a right-sided midfielder as well, potentially as well. And that's my little prediction there. Portsmouth get some money. That's lovely old job. I'll take that any day of the week. So, now that we know what we're going to be able to get, let's take a little look at the squad overall. Ola Afterlet, he's been having a wonderful season. As you can see, he continues to improve, and he's natural in so many positions already, which is just why I love this lad as a player. I love him as a friend. So that's good. He's looking great. Lots of improvements, generally. Yasser Amrani, I might let him go, actually, because I just don't think he's going to end up ever really getting much of a run in our team. So if we could get some decent money for him, that'd be ideal. Ali Burrell, of course, still worth a shitload of money. Yet to make a France appearance. I'm still surprised about that. He's a very decent player. I wonder about him. That's all. I wonder. He is starting to make noises now. Borges, who I might well look to get rid of in the summer, because again, still worth a decent amount of money. David Francois, again, might go the same way as I look to try and freshen things up a little bit. Garincha, I still think he's got a lot of ways to improve, so he's definitely useful there. Borja Gomez, of course, is just a phenomenal player, and he's going to be out for a long time, though, and that's the problem. But he is worth 25 million quid, so I'll accept that. Robert Gray, of course, is an absolutely stupidly good centre-back now, and of course has got 10 caps for England, and is still only 21, remember. We signed this guy from Peterborough, and he's made 57 appearances for us this year. He's an absolute rock. Not even joking. His release clause is 58 million, so I don't see anyone prying him away from us anytime soon. Kieran Griffiths, of course, is going to be leaving the club this summer, and we really should take this opportunity to say goodbye, because he's done an absolute stellar job for us. Albeit not always, that one season he had in the Premier League where he got 11 league goals, 13 assists, and was an absolute star. Had that season out the next year, pretty much, but still played well when he did play. Then the following year, he actually came back and performed brilliantly for us again, but it wasn't the same, and he will eventually be leaving. But then again, for a player that cost us £500, who to play 219 league games and score 42 goals for us is incredibly impressive. So well done to him. We look forward to tracking his career later down the line. Tony Ivancic, the monster himself, he's just continuing to get better. He's still only 21 years old. I cannot stress this enough, how good he is at 21. I mean, look, he's going to get some 20s, surely. Some of his stats are going to top out. Saidi Yanko, might look to move him on, might keep him as a backup, not entirely sure yet. King Norman Millington, again, he just continues. £23 million he's worth now. 25 league goals this year, 42 in all competitions. Not bad at all. And he's still improving. He's only 23. Pedro Miguel Lopez Souza, another solid quality player. Hasn't really made much improvement this year because he is 24. Luigi Lucarelli, of course, has now really started to improve. He's worth 8 million and is continuing to start to make that right side of midfield his own, basically, and I'm liking him a lot. He's getting there on that right-hand side, but, you know, I feel like it was worthwhile training him there in case we do need to use him. Marcelo, of course, you know, he's our best fullback, and I'm starting to worry about him as well, so we definitely need to look into fullbacks in the summer. That is crucial. Marcio here, as you can see, still a quality player with lots of room for improvement himself. Kenneth McAvoy, somehow has another year on his contract. I wish I hadn't extended it now, really, because he's taken up wages, but I will look to move him on in the summer. Andy McLaughlin, same kind of deal. Charlie Musonda, again, we'll be looking to move him on in the summer as well, because he's taken up a shitload of wages. Pierre Peters, he's one for the future, really, as a fullback. Milton Peralta, sort of come down a little bit there, but he is injured, and I still wonder about him. I think we'll definitely be keeping him, though. Can't get rid of Porno Stash. Jefferson Rios, again, we'll probably look to move him on as well. Santos, the man. £26 million he is worth, and for me, he's worth even more than that. He's an absolute monster. I can't believe the season he's had this year. If he doesn't win Player of the Year, I'll be gutted, and we'll talk about that in the next episode. Van Os, of course, he's worth a shitload as well, and he's still only 19 years old, but already is starting to look just incredible. Those long shots have been lethal for us this season, and he's not even that good at them. If he gets even better at them, can you imagine what he could do? Lucas Vega, of course, I might look at... there's a lot of decisions to be made. Dylan Verstraeten, of course, is still improving. He has had an injury, I think, which is why that is going down. Jed Wallace, as you can see, is still only 2 stars, and he's starting to decline now, but I'm going to try and keep him around, because I want him to eventually become a coach at the club, maybe even my assistant manager, depending on his abilities, of course. Worley, who... I'm not entirely sure about Worley. That being said, loan spell's gone very, very well for him. So maybe there's still a hope for him yet, but I'm not sure. And we're back to Ola after that. So there we go, guys. In the next episode, of course, we'll be going all over the transfers and doing our first game of the season, which will, of course, be a Champions League game because it's the first game of the season. So let me know what you thought about what I was saying in the comments to everything, guys. And I'll join you here, hopefully having spent probably quite a bit of money. I hope to sell some players, so I'm looking to spend maybe like 50 million this summer to really strengthen. We're going to get 2 high-quality fullbacks. I'm going to look for another goalkeeper, so get us a decent keeper as well, and maybe a right-sided midfielder so that we've got that little bit of extra quality. I want a Santos on both wings. That's what I really, really want. So, yeah, that's my sort of ideal system. I'm looking at maybe another defensive midfielder. Depends on where the money is. Maybe bring in a couple of young players too, just to see if there's anything further down the line for them. So guys, if you like what you're seeing, please drop a like on the video, and if you'd like to even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Portsmouth and Red Star Belgrade in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock. And join me in the next episode where we'll be doing all of that transfer lovely goodness. Yeah, drop a like for the Champions League. It is back. I would start singing the Champions League theme tune, but you know, you don't want to hear that. Bye-bye.